What's going on, y'all? KJ Media 100. Welcome to my new series, Everything is a Lie. Because everything you've ever learned, everything you've ever been taught, 90% of it has been a lie. I'm not gonna even waste any time. I'm just gonna get into it. In 2014, I had an epiphany. I realized some things. Everything that I was consuming was poison, rather it be food, beverages, television, my neighborhood. It was all poison. Most of it is poison placed here by the powers that be. Now, during that intro, y'all saw some flashes of content. I know you're wondering, what does all that mean? But I'm not gonna hold you. Throughout this series, we're gonna touch on some topics. The first topic, let's go from birth. Let's talk about the thing that's so precious, liquid gold to a newborn, and that's what they're consuming from their mom. So what should babies, human babies that is, be consuming? Breast milk, of course. But too many times, more often than less, babies are consuming formula. Now, there are some times that call for formula. Maybe the biological mother is no longer around, or maybe there's some rare thing that's keeping her from producing breast milk. But other than that, that baby should be consuming breast milk. So what is formula? Well, formula is formula. It was made in a lab. Let's check out the differences between formula and human breast milk. Now, there's numerous brands of formula, but the two most common is going to be your Enfamil and your Similac. I decided to look at the back container of Enfamil and see what the hell is in this. Now, there's an abundance of ingredients in this. You know, natural things have very few ingredients in it, but, you know, processed stuff, non-natural stuff, formula has numerous ingredients. Non-fat milk, lactose, vegetable oil. I don't know if I want to give my newborn vegetable oil and give my newborn straight up milk. Whey protein concentrate. So it's protein in it, whey protein. So when you at the gym, think about that. Babies are consuming whey protein. Less than 2% of I can't pronounce that, polydextrose, mozzarella alpine oil. I don't even want to say all this stuff. You got your vitamins, D, B, hydrochloride, folic acid, yada, 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 yada. That's way too much shit. Way too much shit. I never agreed with formula, and looking at this, I damn sure don't agree with it now. Human breast milk is essential for the infant's growth and development right after birth, and is an irreplaceable source of nutrition for early human survival. Irreplaceable, this says. Let me scroll up to show you where this is from. PubMed Central. Now, I don't know what the hell PubMed Central is, but I can guarantee this. Most of the medical and pediatrician websites and whatnot say the same exact shit. Irreplaceable. But yet, we out here putting formula in our babies. Very few ingredients. Very, very few ingredients. 87 to 80% water. Straight water. That's right, water. Now, it has about 124 grams of solid components as macronutrients. Those macronutrients are 7% carbohydrates, 1% protein, 3.8% fat. That's all. That's all is in breast milk, human breast milk. Let me go back to show y'all this Enfamil shit. You know what? Let's get a side by side. Now that's the infamil on the left. Look at all those goddamn ingredients. Would you eat something with that many ingredients in it? I don't think a damn cake has that many ingredients in it. I don't think a shepherd's pie has that many ingredients in it. And you're putting that in a baby. Let me touch on the non-fat milk part that's in the infamil. Milk. We all drink it. We all love it. Not me. I stopped drinking milk in 2014. But let me just show you some of the things the dairy industry has done, the propaganda to get us to drink more milk. One of the most famous propaganda tools used to get the American people and the young people to consume dairy was the Got Milk ads. They were everywhere. Shit, if I had an iPhone or a camera phone when I was a kid, I definitely would have took a picture of myself with a damn milk mustache. Do you know what's in that milk mustache? You may not take my word for it. Let's find out what's in that milk mustache. Let's find it real quick. Let me show you something. That's absolutely disgusting. So that white stuff in the milk, thick stuff, is essentially equivalent to the pus you pop off your face when you pop a zit. That's what that is. Don't take my word for it. There's plenty of documentaries on Netflix, YouTube. I'm just letting you know just in case you may have missed it. That's more than enough for me to not consume dairy. The pus. And not to mention, most of the world is lactose intolerant. Let's get a map up real quick. Now, this here is the global lactose intolerance by country. It's from 2017. I mean, was that 6 years ago? I mean, same shit. It don't really matter. So on the bottom left, you see it says 4%. And on the right, where it gets darker, it says 100%. So look at the world. Most of the world is lactose intolerant. Most of the world. America, who's I would say is about that, the color, it's about maybe 40%. You go to the dark color where you got a lot of countries in Africa. You got some Indian countries, some Asian countries. And of course, you have the European countries that are light. Human beings aren't designed to consume milk past infancy. I mean, this is a fact. You should stop consuming milk around 2.5 to 3 years old. You should stop. Our bodies are made to break down the lactose, and hence it discerns the fat. And when people are consuming milk, it's not even human milk. Don't they claim that chimpanzees are 99.9% our relatives, our cousins, our kinfolk? Why ain't we drinking chimp milk? Because that's nasty, right? What about going to the store and drinking some good old-fashioned human milk? Gross, right? But you'll consume the milk of an animal that's about 2,000 pounds. Let me see if I get that right. How big is the average cow? So the average cow is 1,900 pounds. The average human is about 140 pounds. That's 166 for males, about 120 for females. So you're consuming stuff that's made to turn an animal into almost 2,000 pounds. Baby cows can weigh from 65 to 90 pounds at birth. Human babies at about 5 to 10 pounds at birth. Do the math, and you wondering why your arteries are clogged up, and you wondering why you still so fat, and you wondering why you so congested, you wondering why your gut is so fucked up. The gut's important. The gut controls everything. Now, like I said, the pus cells was enough for me. Now, I'm not a save the whales kind of guy, save the animals, feed the children kind of guy. But check out this video and you'll look at things differently, just like I have.
More than 3,000 animals die every second in slaughterhouses around the world. It is the injustice of animals to meet the needs of a large number of people on Earth. We must realize that animals have feelings and emotions of suffering and sorrow and not only instruments of profit. Killing at the slaughterhouse should be less harsh and painful. Please support and share this video because every living thing has the right to freedom.
Disgusting, isn't it? Absolutely disgusting. Now, I'm not a animal lover like I said earlier, but that shit is sad. Every time you consume milk, that milk is essentially been ripped away from a calf and given to your fat ass. You know, they had the blood diamonds in Sierra Leone. This is blood milk. And not to mention the stress that's going in that milk from the animal. The pus. Ugh. Not to mention the hormones being pumped into this cow to fatten it up and whatnot. Remember, everything is a lie. They want you to consume dairy, strong bones. Meanwhile, the countries that consume the most dairy have the highest cases of broken bones and broken hips and whatnot. That would be the US, Europe, them Danish countries, and Canada. So people will say, you need the milk for your protein, you need the milk for your protein, you need that milk for your protein. In America, have you ever heard of somebody being protein deficient? There has been all kinds of studies on if dairy is good or bad for you. One large-scale Harvard study followed 72,000. 72,000! Can you imagine that? 72,000 people, 72,000 women. Followed them around for 2 decades and found no evidence that drinking milk can prevent bone fractures or osteoporosis. Now, calcium, they're like, you need your calcium, you need your calcium, you need your calcium. Now, there are some people that are deficient in calcium, but it's not because of a lack of damn dairy. It's because of a lack of the other things they're missing out in their diet. The human body works as one. If you're eating all this salt and you're not consuming any potassium, that's gonna fuck your body up. If you're consuming a whole lot of potassium and you're not consuming any kind of sodium, that's gonna fuck your body up. They say 39% of Americans are deficient in calcium. 39%. Most people have a horrible diet, and they do consume enough calcium. You know what happens? They piss it out, literally. Like I say, don't always take my word for it. Y'all can read, but of course y'all don't want to read. Y'all want me to tell y'all the information. So that's what I'm doing for you. Now, like this says, if your urine calcium levels are too high or too low, it may be a sign of kidney disease, kidney stones, bone disease, a parathyroid gland disorder, or other conditions. So there's numerous reasons why you're not getting enough calcium. Like I said, this is all propaganda. Do the research. Do the goddamn research, man. You know what minerals and vitamins that you're more than likely deficient of? Just like most Americans? Read this. 9 out of 10 Americans are deficient in potassium. Remember, potassium is important. And you're not just getting potassium from bananas. You gotta eat your greens. I said about the calcium, 7 out of 10 are deficient in calcium, but I also gave you the reason why. Remember, potassium and salt go hand in hand. And what do people consume too much of? Salt messes up their balance in their potassium levels. Vitamin A, vitamin C, magnesium, and so on and so forth. Everything is a lie. Remember, in the intro, I said everything is a lie. 90% of it is. That remaining 10%, it's all propaganda, baby. You know what? Nothing is 100% in this world. That remaining 9% is propaganda, and that final little 1% is not a lie. But you wonder, why would they want Americans to eat all this dairy and be sick and all this other crap? All kinds of heart diseases are coming from dairy consumption and whatnot. But this all goes to, there ain't no money in the cure of stuff. There's no money in keeping people healthy. All the money's in keeping your ass as sick as possible. Everything is a fucking lie. Everything, man. Now, you can do whatever you want with this information, or you can make a change in your life. Like I said, I had my epiphany almost 10 years ago. And from that moment on, I stopped consuming dairy, and I'm a human being. I celebrate every now and then. And I'm gonna live a little. I'm gonna consume a cup of alcohol here and there. I'm gonna consume some macaroni and cheese here and there. I'm gonna consume some turkey or whatnot once in a while. Some ham once in a while. I'm not perfect. But I'll tell you this, I'm light years ahead of all y'all motherfuckers. Everywhere I go, I get asked how old I am. And I tell them my age. Hey man, I'm almost 40. 40? You look about 24. Listen, I didn't get like that by smoking cigarettes, drinking soda, eating candy, not exercising, eating pizza, being a fat slob, not studying, not improving my brain. I got like this because I am how I am and who I am. Alright? I don't put harmful stuff into my body. The amount of alcohol listen, I used to drink alcohol almost every night. Then the job that I had, stressing. I was getting drunk every night, just about. Now, I truly only drink socially. Celebration, birthday party, stuff like that. I'll have me a little sippy sip. And it's never hard liquor. It's usually some fruity stuff that tastes sweet. That's what I'm usually consuming. I don't put that stuff in my body, man, in high numbers. And trust me, I'm trying to get to the point where I don't consume it at all. We had what we had go down in 2020. And at my job I was working with, they said, hey, y'all all gotta go see the doctor to get that thing, get that jab. My job is full of Republicans. And they said, you make us get that jab, we walking out. They said, oh, we were just playing. Pumping all that stuff into your body. Think about when you're a baby. All that stuff they pump into a baby's body. It just fucks the baby up. It's not natural. This stuff was created in the last 100 years or so. The modern jab as far as getting your regular traditional checkups and whatnot, that stuff was like the 1940s. I'm picking my words very wisely, as you can see or hear. But that's one of the reasons why my last two children, they didn't get that V, man. They didn't get that V jab. They ain't get it. And they ain't never gonna get it. All right? They ain't never gonna get it. But some may say, okay, KJ, you got me with the whole dairy thing. I mean, I know this, but I'm working on stopping. All right, good for you. You're working on stopping. Where does all this stuff come from? Where's all this stuff coming from? There's one man that's responsible for a lot of this shit. One man. Yeah, that's right. Just one man. And we're going to get into him in the next video. Part 2 of Everything is a Lie. We're going to get into John D. Rockefeller and Big Oil.